Howdy, guys. Thanks for listening. This is Sex and Dippity. I'm Dr. Limor Blockman. And yes. And this is a full house.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy what's going on here.
Well, you got 3 comedians.
I know. I'm laughing already.
I don't know. I don't by myself.
Well, everybody knows everybody, but let's introduce ourselves. Go ahead.
Well, my name is Dave Corrado. I do stand-up comedy, and sitting to my right is Simon Kaufman.
Yes, y'all. How's everybody out there in the world doing? We're here with Dr. Limor. For those of you that want to do more and be more, tune in to Dr. Limor.
That's right. For all you slackers with the crackers, the boom bap, and the pappers, you know what I'm saying?
That man is named Nestor Rodriguez.
Nestor Rodriguez, the levels be always good. You know what I mean? What's up, Dr. Al? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm so happy to have you guys.
Thank you. Likewise.
I like hanging out with
Androcracy show.
And sex therapists.
I know.
Androcracy?
Androcracy.
What does that mean?
You guys know what it is?
No, tell me, please.
The ruling of men.
Oh, the ruling of men.
And I'm really resentful of
that.
I'm like in minority.
No, you're not. You're not resentful. You love it.
I know. I do.
You love it.
I do.
You're just an upstart Jewish girl. Like,
Yeah.
I know. It's true.
I know. Jewish women will walk down the street and their husbands will be like 5 feet behind them trying to catch up.
Yeah, it depends who the husband is.
Right.
Yeah.
You go to a party, all the women are yapping and talking and having a good time and drinking tea, and the men are asleep on the couch.
Right.
Ugh, that sounds so fucking awful. I have to tell you.
That's like Puerto Rican and Jewish.
I know. It's a mixture. I know.
Yeah. Well, they're so tired. Their women have been yelling at him for 2,000 years. No?
No. Well, I don't know. I don't yell. Only during sex. So
really?
Yeah. So
all right.
Let's start. We have so many things to talk about.
Yes.
And you guys, of course, know everything I mentioned, but I wanna start off with something that I came across. It was a study, but I love the way I actually read it. I came across it on HuffPost, and then I went and checked the source of it. And of course, the source of it was very different. I like the way they manipulate things on that site. Yeah. They like to tell you a story, and the way they presented it was that did you know that men with larger penises are prone to be cheated on?
What?
Yes.
Men with larger penises are prone to be cheated on.
Yes.
Interesting.
And obviously they said it because it's unlikely. I mean, if you're not happy with my large member, what are you doing?
Right.
So first of all, of course I'm going to give you the right result and why they manipulated this way, but what do you think? Do you think there's some truth into it? I mean, if you have a larger member?
I would have to ask you what the basis of the statistics are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, one thing I've noticed about men who are larger, right? Not just larger penis or whatever, but just larger
in general.
Just larger.
Yes.
They seem to be a little bit more gentler.
Is that true?
Because they're big and
because there's I don't know. There's something about the smaller you are, the more insecure you can be psychologically.
Yeah.
Like psychologically.
Yeah.
So if I was to say, if that is a true statement and I was to guess why, I would probably say because in this day and age, women want more forceful men or more A-personality men. And
then if you have a larger penis, then you're going to be too gentle.
Right.
Right, and women want it rough.
Slapped with it, right?
Yeah, they want to slap with it.
They want to get slapped with it. Like, no, but I don't do that.
What do you guys think?
In large penis school, they didn't teach me to slap.
I know.
Well, I think if you're a giant guy, if you're a gentle giant, you have to. I mean, you're intimidating. That's So you go out of your way to be kinder and just
right. I don't want to hurt her.
Well, you want to be less
with my
scary.
Penis.
Right.
Because obviously I wrestled in high school and we had a 200-pound guy and he was like the nicest guy. I mean, but he could take out anybody.
Yeah, he was just,
But he was like the nicest guy. In fact, I think the guy's name was Robert Sweet. I think he actually had the name Robert Sweet. Well, and
interesting.
And we had one funny story is we had a wrestling match in. His opponent bit him in the side. I don't know. All right, enough about me. Let's go back to these comedians over here who know what they're doing.
What do you think, Simon?
Well, you know, guys with big dicks, it's harder for them to get up off the couch.
It's like to lift it.
Yeah, you know, this
and
just
it's like, yeah.
So you know, they're not as motivated half the time.
Right.
Little dick, short ass little dick guys, they got to run around.
They got
and
a
be
lot of
like,
energy.
Yo, I'm day trading. I'm day trading. I'm moving things. I'm moving futures. I'm moving futures. I got to do big things. I got to push.
Yeah, jumping up and down. Yeah.
To confuse
The
her.
figures.
Right, yeah.
So, and then they're like, girls are like, oh, wow. And then they take them home and they unwrap the package and they're like,
I think,
and then they're like, I'm
Can I
going back.
work with that?
Yeah.
I think women want to be worked out. Not worked out like necessarily with a big penis, but worked out. You want to be spent.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that could
pushed
work
against the wall.
Yeah. Well, that's one way of looking at it. But also, you can spend or exhaust a woman emotionally too.
Oh,
You know what I mean? You
definitely.
beat the fuck out of her down without any big penis. You know what I mean? And the end result is the same.
I know it's the same. She's exhausted.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, what they were trying to say, that they went and they checked it with Kenyan men from Kenya, and it was about 600 men, and they told them, let's examine the size of your penis and let's see if your wives are cheating on you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, first of all, there were discrepancies between the size that the women checked and the size that the men checked. Of course, it was always larger on the end that the men checked it.
Different
Yes.
Metrics
Of
on the
course, yeah,
on the
they used
rulers
the feet
than Avon.
Yeah, of course. And
Yeah.
you know, these were in centimeters and the other checked it in
Right.
inches.
Well, my joke is that I'm 10 inches, but if you start counting from my large intestine, that's it's like how you measure it.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So-
I know, exactly.
Where you start? Where's your starting point?
So they went and checked it, and then allegedly that this is what it is. If you are larger, your wife is going to cheat on you. Now I went and checked, and the basic thing was that the reason for the study to begin with was because women in this region tend to, if they have extramarital affairs, tend to be more exposed to HIV. So that was the reason to examine the thing to begin with.
Kenya.
And then when they went and checked, larger penis was just a meager part of the percentage. Of course, the HuffPost,
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I was going to say, just because you take a bunch of data and you find that people with a large, but who's to say that? I mean, you'd have to run the test a bunch of different times to
Right.
be able to. I was going to say that, but I thought it, but I didn't say it.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Well,
You
the
know?
thing is, it's true.
But then you said it.
But then I said it
But then you
after I
did, in
thought it,
fact,
but I
say
thought
it.
it before she said it, and then I said it.
So it was like transcendental, and voila, it came out.
Exactly.
Yo,
Exactly. So
So slow down.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is that the average man in Kenya wasn't really that big. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that regardless of your size, it didn't really enhance your chances of being cheated on.
Okay.
But they were trying to claim that there was a correlation between a large penis and being cheated on, which is not correct.
Right.
Yeah,
But
and-
this was
But that sounds like a psychotic hallucination
It
or
does, but
something.
this is why they advertised it this way.
Wow.
That this was the main, factor. What
what if the smallest Nigerian guy out there on the
Oh my
planes
God.
could still helicopter at at a gentleman's club? He could still tear it down. I mean, like,
Yeah.
are you comparing like Nigerian tribesmen to Jewish accountants? Like, what are we?
that's a problem.
I'm telling you
Jewish
now. I'm telling you
accountants
now,
are
my brother.
losing.
My brother, I'm telling you now.
Yeah.
My penis is bigger than yours, my brother.
You're also
My brother. My
Yeah,
brother.
when
If
you
it
do-
rain outside, you get umbrella, my brother.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
Hello.
And the thing is, the funny thing is that they actually went to the Kenyan region, which is, it's just predictable
Yeah,
that they
yeah,
would say that.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you're dealing with guys that run track with no shoes.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah,
This
no
guy's
shoes
packing
and
heat.
yeah, they're
Good
packing.
runners. They win the
Yeah.
marathon every year.
Right.
It's like they have like
That's
a third
proof,
leg.
though. That's proof right there that they don't have big penises. Because
Yeah.
if you had a big cock, it's very difficult to run and beat.
Right.
It would like rub against your
like
knees.
do like a 1 minute,
You have to shake it
30-second
all over.
mile. You know what I mean?
No, it's really hard. It's like a third leg. What
Yeah.
are you doing with it?
Well,
We
it's,
could
it's,
maybe
it's,
use that
it's
as a-
weight. It's
It
extra
is
weight.
weight. No, it's true. I'm talking from
Yeah.
So they actually went, and the factors that did inflict on the women cheating were as so. It was domestic violence, obviously.
Yeah.
If the women.
Unless they're Latina, then they come back for more. If they're Latina, they do not run away. They actually give you
My
more.
God.
They spray
It
you with
means he
more
loves
love.
me. It means
Oh,
now
It's okay. You hit me. I'm Poppy.
Now
They
you really
spray
love me,
Yeah,
Poppy.
you love me. You really
show
love
me that
me.
you love me.
Yeah.
Okay, the love.
Yeah.
So that and denial of a preferred sex position. So if you're not giving it to me the way I want,
You don't like missionary. You like the blowjob. You don't like the missionary. I know. You just shut up. You just shut up.
can you imagine denial of preferred position? It's an interesting thing because women, it just
Of course.
yeah.
Of
If
course, you
anything,
got
it's
to ask the woman what she likes, what she
like,
prefers.
just take it the way.
But still, you got to do a little. You got to do a little interview,
Right.
whether it's on the sly or overt or whatever. You have to find out what a woman likes. No,
Right. I agree.
I mean, you have to. Whether you do it forcefully and she goes, and you got to pull back or whatever, it's your duty to do due diligence as a man to find
ask
out
her what she wants.
somehow
Yeah.
to investigate to find out.
Right. And I think it's the women's, need to actually go ahead and say what they want.
Right. But that's maybe
But-
the issue. Maybe they don't say.
Yeah, because I do think that in this region there is a problem with it. And
Right.
another factor that was calculated into it was the younger age of the wife. So I think that if the wife is younger, and this puts again the larger penis in such a small little
Right,
meager
right,
place,
right.
the larger penis,
Right.
pun intended.
It could
Right.
be larger
But-
because it sags after years of just.
yeah, it
Right? It
could
could
be.
just be,
But-
you never know.
But on that note, it's like
Yeah.
in some of these regions where they're male dominated in
Right.
Africa, women
Yeah.
are
Oh,
unimportant.
definitely.
What woman is going to say to her husband, "I don't really like that position"?
Right.
You're subservient. You just take what you're given,
Right.
and then you move
in
on.
certain areas, there are African regions where the women are so heightened into a position where they are actually,
Yeah, but
the
the other
stronger
thing too.
sex.
The other thing too, like a lot of women want to get fucked. May I say that?
No, yeah, of
Women
course.
wanna
You
get fucked.
should
You-
say it. That's
did
the
women
show
wanna-
for it.
Women want to get fucked, but
Did
here's
you
the
bleep
problem.
that?
No,
Here's the
we
problem.
have to say it.
No, but here's the problem. Guys don't want to
vulgar.
do anal
Very.
with like the mother of their children. It's like
A lot of guys don't
Right.
look
No,
at the
but
mother
it
of their
is
children.
true.
A lot of guys don't
want
wanna
to choke
do-
and spit on and
is-
come on the face
it
of
is
a
very
woman that's the
true.
A
mother of
lot
your
of guys
children
don't
and
want
your
to do
wife.
anal.
It is
Period. Don't
right.
talk
It's
about
true.
it.
No,
It's
no,
true.
it's-
I agree, and
As
I
soon as
know
an
I
ass
personally
opens up, you're
know
like,
a
"Oh,
few.
wait a minute.
Nah.
Wait a
Oh,
minute,
shit.
what is this
Right.
gape going on
Right.
here?
Right.
But the thing is, I want to say this, that it is very true, everything what all of you guys said. The thing is, every man is kind of inflicted with the Madonna whore dichotomy. And whether it's subconscious or they really are aware that they want to fuck bitches until they find the right one that they want to marry. And they don't want to choke or do anal or whatever with this woman. They still,
I want you to marry me. I don't want to choke you, mommy. I
Please,
don't want to put
mommy.
you in the head. That's why I have a mistress.
I know, let me
fuck
fuck
her
her.
up.
No, you're the mother of my children. I'm going to sit next to you at like weddings and like social
Right.
events. I don't
Right.
want to come home and like come
And
in your
come on your
eye,
face.
fucking
Right,
shove,
come in your
shove my
eye.
thumb in your ass.
Right.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You're my girl.
it's
You're
an
a woman.
interesting.
You're
It's
supposed
an
to be
interesting
respectable.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's an interesting
It is.
dichotomy,
It is.
honestly,
It
because
is.
men are inflicted with it. Women
Yeah.
don't really have that thing where this guy I'm gonna have just as a fling, or this guy I'm gonna have. Women are designed to actually kind of crave a specific kind of man.
Yeah,
That's what
y'all
they
got
want.
to change that.
Interesting. Interesting.
You guys should just
I
change
know,
that.
I know.
You need two guys.
No, but
you
here-
need one guy that goes to work. He drives a
I
Volvo.
know, he drives a
He's
Volga.
sensible. He's a sensible guy. He wears sweater vests.
Oh, he's very
Right? He goes
sweater
to
vest. I'm
PTSA
turned off
meetings.
already.
No, you need that guy. You need that
Dry
guy.
vagina.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, yeah. Dry vagina, but then there's the flip side. The guy, he's in a band. He
But
has
you
a
want
mullet.
him.
He's got.
You want him for dry vagina situations.
Right. yeah,
For
right.
wet vagina situations, you have
That's why you need both.
you have homeboy number 2.
It is true that women are attracted. Some women are attracted to the bad guy, to the
Right.
bad boy.
Yeah.
But then it's the wolf. It's
But
every little Red Riding Hood is looking for the wolf.
Sure.
Now, you guys, you're both comics.
Yeah.
You've never been married, right?
I'm married.
No.
You are married.
I'm married.
Yeah.
Oh, how
20
many-
years. Almost
Really?
21, yeah.
Wow, that's incredible.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's great.
I attribute all of it to my wife. I do.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
I really
Simon.
like
She's a
it.
special woman, boy.
I'm
to
sure.
put up with my shit, I swear to God.
That's great.
God fucking bless her,
You
man.
guys, but this is
That's
amazing.
great.
That's not common these
No,
days.
no. I'm a lucky guy.
yeah.
I swear to God, I'm super
No,
lucky.
it's
No,
true.
really lucky.
Yeah.
I am.
It is true.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
agree.
Like I tell
Let's get
people, I'm
married up.
lucky, and people don't really understand the full
No, but it is
ramifications
very
of
true.
luck.
Hey, do you have kids too?
No kids,
No
but it's
kids.
not just really luck. It's almost like an investment. You know, we met
It
when we
is.
were younger,
It is.
and we really invested a lot of time and energy into each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
and you know,
Yeah. No,
Anyway.
I fully agree.
And Simon,
Absolutely.
you're still you're on the prowl. Is that it?
Yeah.
You're,
Well, yeah, I'm pretty
Well-
much single, you know.
Right.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm
good
pretty
at
much
getting-
single. You
Yeah,
know,
well, I'm good at getting women. I'm horrible at getting rid of them. You know.
I'm very good at the one night stands. I'm not good at
No,
the
that's-
When they
forever
want to
after.
stick around and then they want to talk and then like, so what are we?
Oh, and there's
are we
like
in a
the
relationship?
title.
Are we serious?
Are we
There's
serious?
always that. That's why I got
know.
married.
I know.
I said,
Just put
fuck
it away.
You're my wife. I'm
I
your husband. I
know.
said, fuck it. You don't have to ask me what
I
we
know.
are. Just fucking
Do you
get
find it
away from
annoying?
me right
Do you
now.
find it
Yeah,
annoying, you
Nestor,
guys?
Nestor, I mean, this is a stereotype, but being Hispanic, aren't you more family cultured? Like Jewish
I didn't
people
marry
are
a
family
Latina.
Well,
Latina.
you
That's the
know.
thing. I
Oh,
married
really?
a white girl. Yeah. Yeah.
okay.
When you grow up in a Latino household in the projects, the last thing you want to do is marry a Latina. That's where I come from. It's like, fuck that.
Yes, you beat
right?
her
Right,
up and she
Jenny?
comes
Jenny's
back.
Latina. Let me tell you something. I know about welfare, okay? I know about no fucking...
My boyfriend's white.
Right, my boyfriend's white.
So yeah, so check that out.
I would have married an
Okay.
Asian girl had I met one, but that's a different culture.
It is.
A Jewish girl
It
I
is.
would have married. You know what I mean?
It is
After
a
20
different
years,
culture.
that's really very
Right, very
that's-
impressive.
You're a lucky
Yeah.
man. You're
Yeah,
lucky.
what did you want to say? Simon?
Honestly, after you've been hit upside the head with a broom handle enough times,
That's
like
what I'm
just
saying.
for, you know, after a while, you're like, I
My
think I'm gonna
mom-
get a white chick.
My mom was Latina enough. I don't need no more. After
It's
that,
a
that
lot
was
of
it.
lunacy
Yeah,
going
yeah.
on. Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
hot-headedness.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys, I came across. So we settled that it has nothing to do. There's no correlation. I want everybody out there to realize there's no correlation between a large penis and a woman cheating on you. That's
Yeah. That's a
pathetic.
crazy
So all
ass
you big
analogy.
dick brothers
Stupid.
out there,
Just
can you
be happy.
motherfuckers with the big
cheated
dick
on.
swinging between
Yeah.
your knees,
Yeah.
hanging around, driving your Cadillacs down the
God.
motherfucking street?
Yeah.
Don't worry, you're
Yeah.
okay.
You're
For all
okay.
you big fat kakalaka,
Oh my
boom
God.
baka type Negroes, don't sweat it. You ain't got
God.
nothing to worry about.
Honestly, I have to tell you, it's not a pleasant thing for a woman. So
I think
large?
stereotypes. I think stereotypes, obviously stereotypes, and it doesn't matter what kind of stereotypes.
yeah.
You know, we all have them.
yeah,
Okay.
no, of course.
If you're Jewish,
course.
you may have stereotypes about other cultures.
Oh, of
Puerto
course.
Ricans have cultures, stereotypes.
We all have them
do.
about everybody else.
But
of
we
course.
all know that they're somewhat ignorant for the most part, right? Some of them, they might be true to a certain degree, but they don't fit into everyone.
it's all,
fits
yeah,
into
of
that.
course. It's cliches and
Right.
it's not true.
Stereotypes.
The thing is, I came across something interesting. I came across, so we're dropping that thing.
Right.
Everybody can be happy with their size and celebrate. Yeah. The thing is,
She says, okay, so we dropping that thing. It's a big thing,
So
but
my
we
10-inch
dropping it
penis,
because we can move
the
on right
girls
now.
won't
like,
like
it's
me
so
anymore. That's
hot.
fine. All right, the secret's out. All right,
okay.
go ahead.
Now, the thing is, where are you guys from? Are you guys from this state or?
I'm from New York. I was born and
Okay.
raised in New York City.
Seattle, Washington.
Yeah.
Okay, and David?
I was born in Chicago, but I grew up in Santa Monica and been there since I was 3. So that's
Okay, so because I came across a very interesting kind of tablet of different laws that have to do with sex from different states. It's kind of ridiculous.
Bring them. I love it.
Honestly,
A lot of them have to have some anal sex in there. I know that.
It's so ridiculous. Let's see New York. So New York, adultery is illegal.
Well,
Adultery is legal. It's okay.
illegal.
Oh, it's illegal.
Illegal. Did you know
Really?
that?
that's crazy.
That seems weird.
Yeah.
New York is like the home of adultery.
I know.
Do you
It's
know what
like
that
it's
means?
so ridiculous.
Do you know what that means?
What does it mean?
All that means is that is one of 5 reasons that you can file for a divorce. That's all it means.
Yeah.
Because in order to file for a divorce, you have to accuse your husband or your wife of one of 5 things.
Yeah.
Adultery in New York
Right,
is
it's
one
a
of them.
major
Okay.
thing.
Right.
Small
But I
dick.
think in general,
Adultery,
small dick.
lack of sex,
Also,
lack of sex,
lack of
neglect.
preferred position.
Well, just lack of
Yeah.
sex. If you abandonment is
Well, I
another
have
one.
to tell you, if we're talking about Jews, and you must know that, Simon, that
You
in
calling him
Jewish
a Jew?
laws,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
course,
You have
I'm
the Bible?
accusing him of being a Jew.
You have the guidebook.
Oh, yeah.
I
bro.
have the
I got
guidebook.
it down, dude.
I'm writing it
immediately
down.
voted.
So
Yo,
So, but according to Jewish law, I'm talking about, the I don't know if you know the Shammai and the Hillel homes, the two different scholars of different scholars of Judaism. One of them says that according to, that a woman's right by marriage in the Jewish religion is to have good sex, that the man is responsible for taking care of her fulfillment in terms of... But
that's how we lasted this long.
It's very true. It's very true. We're small, but making a lot of noise.
Sure.
That's
but
fair.
the thing is that it comes down to, and I'm taking into consideration the laws of being, not having sex during menstrual cycle and being away on different states.
Right.
But under the circumstances that the woman is not ovulating or menstruating, menstruating, and the two are under the same household, if a man is not having sex with his wife between a week and 2 weeks, she's entitled to a divorce.
Really?
By Jewish law.
By Jewish law.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
But New York will say, don't worry about it. According to our laws, y'all motherfuckers need to stay married. You can take that Jewish law shit back to Israel in New York.
That.
Yeah.
Why do you think the guys are so tired?
I know. They have to provide. I know.
So that makes sense. That's why they're all sleeping at the parties.
I know.
On the couch.
They're
They
passed
have
out.
to
They're
provide.
semenless.
I know. We'll talk about semen later today.
Oh, great.
But the thing
Sure
is,
we will.
The Navy, we're talking about
I want
the
to
Navy.
tell you
Okay.
about your state. I mean, Washington.
Oh, okay.
You're not allowed to give a sex worker a ride to work.
Okay.
What?
You got to throw the bitch out the car. You're like,
No way.
meet me on the
I mean,
corner.
if you're a fucking prostitute, you can't take a ride in my car.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
In
That's
New
one
York.
of the laws.
Well,
no,
makes
in
sense.
Washington.
That makes sense.
It does?
Yeah.
So
Because they always come up to you and like, hey, you want to give me a ride? That's always the line the prostitutes always say.
Oh, really?
Party
Yeah, if
is
you're
the
like
other one.
pumping gas.
Don't they ask, you want to party?
If you,
You want looking for a date?
that too, but or like, hey, can I get a ride? Like, how many times you're at the
For a
gas
ride?
station pumping your gas and some girl walks up, hey, can I get a ride? No, thank
That's
you.
never happened to me.
And then you're
Seriously,
like,
that's
well,
a
you know, I do
prostitute's
need someone
line?
to get through the carpool lane.
Oh, my
It's
God.
something they say all the time. Or cops will pull over. Let's say they'll see a girl get in a guy's car and they drive off and it's a sting and the cops pull them over, right? Oh, I was just giving her a ride.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
And then you can be a John. That's what she's saying.
What I'm saying is
You can't give her a ride, though. That's
You're
what she's
not
saying.
allowed. That's what he's saying.
That's what the law is to protect. Because if a cop that's the quickest thing to say. Oh, she asked for a ride. I was giving her a ride. You haven't broken any law.
Right.
There's no evidence. Nothing's happened.
So then how do you prove that
she's a
you're
sex
actually
worker.
driving a sex worker
And
to
how
work?
did you know that she's a sex worker?
I think the nipple clamps, the fishnet stockings, the rouge,
That will give you
and,
away.
and the name Chanterelle, named after a mushroom. I think all of those combined really get.
give you
No,
away.
unless you're a client of hers and you're dropping her off as at an S&M club, a dungeon or something.
I think the Sam's Club
I mean, how do you
pack
know?
of condoms is one indicator.
Oh my God.
I think the industrial strength lubricant
They'll probably be
bottle.
on to you.
The funniest come online I was coming
From a
out
prostitute?
of yes, from a
Or
prostitute.
a
I
line when
was-
someone came on you.
No. I was coming out of Guitar Center on Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I played drums, so I just bought a bass pedal for my bass drum.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm carrying this bass pedal, and she was drunk, and she goes, she had an unlit cigarette. She goes, is that a light? And I said, no, it's
It looks
actually,
like it.
it's a bass pedal. And then I went to my car and I went home. And then that was, she was like, this bass pedal resembles a lighter. I don't see how.
some very different kind of lighter.
Well,
they come in all shapes and sizes.
The
By the way,
gyroscopic lighter.
in California, the law is there's no selling booby pillows
What?
within 1,000 feet of a highway.
What's a booby pillow?
I don't know what. Do you know? Because I don't
Within
know.
1,000 feet of a highway. That's hilarious.
I love that. That's incredible.
That's
I don't know.
hilarious.
I was like
Who the
working on.
fuck came up with
I
that
don't know,
law?
but I
That's what
really
would-
wanted to sell a booby pillow.
Does it say the origin of the laws or when that law was put
No,
into
they
effect?
just no, they didn't. I
You
didn't
can't
research.
sell a booby
What the
pillow.
hell is a
Pillow.
booby pillow? Pedal.
Pillow.
Booby pillow. Pillow.
But that's what they said. And of course, they
Oh, I
come.
I know.
Yeah.
Put pictures
So-
up over there if you guys
Oh
want
yeah,
to see. It's
yeah.
just a
There you
pillow
go.
that
That's
goes.
a,
yes.
you looked
Yeah.
it up.
Yes.
You looked
What
it
is
up.
that?
So
I mean, what do
a
you do
booby
with
Booby
pillow.
pillows.
Oh,
But
you can't sell
I
it.
get why. I get why.
Why?
No. Hold
Because
on.
you're gonna
Simon
blow.
knows
I get why.
No. A booby pillow also is a pillow so that when you bend a woman over, her breasts don't get squashed on the bed. So it creates an even
a pillow.
Yes, booby squash support.
Right. So
Very very
So
crucial.
it keeps your breast
That's what
away
it
from
is.
the
Right, from the
mattress,
pillow.
right? And so it gives you a little support on your
pillow.
chest. Yeah.
It's a good
Do you know
thing
why
that
they don't
Jenny
let you
looked
do
it
that?
up. Yeah.
Because you're going to take it, you're going to go to the highway,
And you're gonna
and
play
you're
with
gonna
it.
flash someone, and they're going to crash.
No.
It's going to redirect traffic.
No,
Yep.
no, because what's going to
Oh my
happen
God.
is you're going to have sex with your girlfriend on the highway and no one's moving anyway. So, and you're not going to pay attention when the car starts to move, the traffic starts to move, you're going to be fucking falling asleep. This is what's going to happen.
Well, you know, there are others. It's very vast. A lot of rules that are ridiculous, like the ones I
Yeah,
mentioned.
welcome to the United
But,
States.
yeah, but a booby pillow. I mean, seriously,
That's
it's like
ridiculous.
fucking ridiculous. And
I
then
like that, Jenny. You pulled out the booby pillow thermometer.
I know.
I'm trying
right
to
on- right
pay
on time.
attention to what you're
I
saying.
love that shit. I love
It's
that shit.
incredible. I love
I'm like,
that.
where the fuck are you on my show? When I need like fucking, a pointer or something.
By the way, there are two other rules of two other states. One was Arizona and the other one is Texas. And it takes me to the next study that I came across that had to do with dildos.
Okay.
So both these states have a limit on how many dildos you can own. I mean,
Right.
that's fucking pathetic. I don't know. You know, who makes these fucking
Right.
rules? But in
Right.
Arizona, for that.
Excuse me, we're the dildo police. Could you walk me to the closet?
Please
Put the
let me-
dildos on the floor and
How did
take
they
3 steps back.
Put the dildos on the floor, step away from the couch,
Step away from the
and
dildo.
show me some
I
identification.
know.
Away from your dick.
How do they know this?
These
I mean,
people are
this is
fucking
like
ridiculous.
insane.
I know why, because there are a lot of lonely women in Texas and in
And
Arizona.
Arizona.
So while men are out fucking around with cattle and bullshit
And booby pillows.
and booby pillows
I know.
trying to get to California,
I'll tell you why
women
it
got to
is.
take care
Yes.
of themselves.
Here's
Simon
why it
knows.
is.
Yeah.
Here's why it is.
Yeah.
The fine congressmen and governors and senators in the state of Arizona don't want you to own more dildos than there are dildos in the House of Representatives.
That's a good one.
Yes.
That's a good one. So
Yes.
in
What's
Arizona,
the limit?
I'll tell you. So in
Okay.
Arizona, you can't have more than two. I mean,
What? That
That's
makes
crazy.
sense.
I can't
though.
reside
All you
in
need is two.
Arizona.
Really?
Honestly.
Do
Yeah,
your
all you need-
research, buy two, and fucking live with it.
Yeah, live with it.
Yeah.
And just
What if
deal
you
with it.
work in the industry, in the adult industry? Like, is there a
So
limit?
what? So these are live ones. So you can fuck all you want, but not dildos.
BDSM world?
There's a
you know, like-
dildo. That I get it. There was a dildo shortage in Arizona,
Right, and they couldn't.
so
yeah,
they didn't want
they
people to
have
buy them all.
It's like it's like in Asian countries they limit.
oh
you
yeah,
know,
in
A
Japan,
dildo
definitely.
rationing.
Right.
In,
Yeah, they
in
can't.
Japan, it's like, oh no, you put the
They only
dildo
have-
down.
You can have it.
What if you have a huge dildo that breaks down into like 3 parts?
I
Like
know
nunchucks.
it can be like
Like-
a tentacles.
Yeah, like
you know,
nunchuck.
like in hentai.
Like nunchuck dildo.
Yeah, like you have like you don't know hentai. You guys know what hentai
No,
is?
please tell us.
It's Japanese porn.
Okay.
So do you know? I don't know if you guys know, but just I'm gonna touch that. But
Okay.
it's very funny that in
love
Japanese,
Japanese porn.
it's really sexy.
Yes.
It's really
Hey,
erotic.
Tommy Tanaka.
The only
I have
problem,
to
the only
tell
problem
you.
I got to tell you with Japanese porn is the
Yeah.
women. I like vocal women, and they're like, and I'm like, fucking strangle the bitch already. I want to hear something else other than eat you.
Well, the other funny thing about Japanese porn is they pixelate the genitals.
This
They
is
have some
so-
kind of. they have-
but this is what it is. I'm talking about hentai. What
Hentai,
hentai
okay.
is animated porn.
Oh, like
Okay?
anime porn.
Animated
Got
porn.
it.
Well, the thing is, it's very interesting because in Japanese porn, comparing to American porn, for that instance, American porn is limited only to age. You know, you can show women, you can show whatever. You know, you can do the barely legal, but you has to be actually legal.
Of age, right?
Right.
Yeah. But and in Japanese porn, it's not a matter of age, but the matter of you can't show on hentai, you can't show real penises. You can only show, and this is why I gave the example of tentacles. So a woman can be raped by a monster with 5 penises.
Got it.
But not a guy. It can't be a man.
Right.
I mean, what are we?
Okay.
What are we?
They're weird.
Savages?
I know,
What are we,
no.
savages?
No,
Like,
no.
yeah,
can have-
a walking octopus with gold chains and a fucking boombox walking
can't
down the
show
street on a
penis.
unicycle.
Hey,
You
yo.
can fuck the shit out of your daughter, but a
But that's
normal
fine.
guy that buys her a flower, we're trying to
cannot.
we're trying
We're
to
trying to
from
stop
that.
this shit.
Octagon.
I know.
You know, you think about monsters. You know the problem with Japanese porn? You get to it starts getting hot, and before you know it, Godzilla comes and blows up the fucking
You
place.
can't even see anybody
You guys ever
orgasming.
see
Yeah.
that? It's really intense.
you know, my joke
It
that I-
involves
I've
a lot
never
of a lot of
Godzilla
rape.
porn?
Godzilla porn.
Oh,
yes.
yeah,
see that.
Godzilla porn is
but no, but
insane.
hentai is really it's crazy. It's mostly rape. It's very
Interesting.
violent.
Interesting.
But the thing is, and I'm just gonna touch
That
that.
shit doesn't turn me on, by the way.
Well, it is. There are very sexy ones when it comes to hentai.
Yeah,
but I
but-
want to say there's a specific one that is very famous. That is called Le Blue Girl. It's Japanese hentai porn, and what they show there is a girl that is, she's a princess, whatever. She uses a pubic hair to shoot at other people, and she's like she's getting raped by 5 penises and
geez.
whatever. But there's a character on the
But she's a
series.
real.
Well,
She's
it's
real.
animated.
Oh, everyone's
It's all
animated.
animated.
Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
hentai.
Got it.
Hentai and manga. It's called.
Got it.
That's what it is. But there is a character on that manga that is a midget samurai. Now, when they brought it to the States, they had Exactly.
And she's like, eat you.
It's you. Exactly. So when they brought it, no, but the thing is when they brought, I love that. Seriously sounds like that. It seriously sounds like that. But when they brought it to the States, they had to eliminate that character because it's a
Manga.
midget. But it's a midget, but it looks like a child. So it's not allowed in American porn. That's like ridiculous, but this is what it is.
Interesting.
Now, when it comes to Arizona and Texas, in Arizona, you cannot own more than 2.
Right.
And in Texas, you cannot own more than 6.
Why would you want more than
So they
one?
allow you,
Well, because
you need a variety.
May I?
Yes,
May
please.
I? Okay. So women get tired of the same shit all the time. And let's
Right.
face it,
Novelty
since
and
it's-
variety.
let's face it,
Like-
since it is fantasy,
So you
right?
try a black
and it's
one day and a
black
white one the next
maybe one that
day,
has a big head,
blue.
maybe one that massages the G spot,
Like a
One that
green
gets
one.
GPS.
Like a,
maybe
what-
one that
Right.
has
Martian.
maybe one that
Exactly.
has rabbit ears, maybe
Yeah.
one that's just for the anus.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
One with
There's
search
so
engine
many.
optimization.
maybe there's a
They have
steel.
all new ones now.
Maybe there's a steel egg. Maybe there's one that's glass. They all feel
Yeah.
different.
It's true, but there are, I have
One's
one that
vegan.
actually charges with, on a USB.
Right. And,
Yeah.
and some of them have a language chip. So when you put it in, I
Oh my God! It changes, translates.
Some-
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's a,
Yeah, some popcorn
Yeah.
phenomenon
I
that they're
get
coming out
ready.
with.
With the
You ready
USB
for the movie?
attachment. Yeah. Yeah.
So what do you think, you guys? And I'm going to give you, of course, the results. But what do you think? Are guys on your end?
Yeah.
Are you guys intimidated by the use of a vibrator? That a woman would use a
Absolutely
vibrator?
not. I welcome it. I love it. I think that that enhances. For me, it would enhance the fantasy of the whole thing to
Yeah.
see a woman pleasuring herself. I mean, it's like a live porno.
Right.
For
Right.
me.
I agree.
Yeah.
What do you think, Simon?
Wait, are you asking if they bring it in the room with me?
Yeah.
No, I hate it.
You don't like
Why?
it.
Because it's just corny.
You're intimidated by
Corny?
It's not intimidating.
No.
I don't enjoy it.
Why?
It doesn't intimidate me.
You need to watch some of that Japanese Hansa porn and shit.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because this has been my experience,
Yes.
okay? My experience is as follows.
Yeah.
Well, for starters, the reason I don't like it is you don't need me. I'll go watch the Clippers game. Enjoy yourself.
That is so
Number one.
fucking
That's
lame.
not
Number two, I've experienced the women that it's because they're not letting themselves go fully.
Okay.
They have a
with
wall up.
with a live
If you need to bring something else,
Who
not
said
that you want
need?
to, because a lot of women
as a
do.
playful
I've
She
had
said
a lot
she
of
asked
women
you if
that
you
As a
if
playful thing.
would you welcome it, and you're like, what do you mean?
No, he
if
may
they come into the
not
room
like
with
it. There are
while
men
I'm
that
there
don't like
naked?
it. No, he
She's
says
not
he
saying
doesn't
a
like
big
it.
black mandingo motherfucker coming in with her going, yo, motherfucker.
Oh my God.
I'm just
No,
here
I'm
just
talking
in
about a-
case your little Jewish ass don't do some
Oh my
motherfucking
God.
damage.
First of all, motherfucker, I'll show his cocksucker a thing or two. Okay, I've been doing my motherfucking yoga. I got hip motherfucking mobility. Okay, I've been doing my upward and my downward dog and my
I know,
motherfucking
you
shoulder
dog.
stand,
Yo,
motherfuckers.
yo.
So I'll take it to you, girl.
Listen
To
here.
ya. I'll
Listen
take
here.
it to ya.
Listen here. You could take your yoga ass, motherfucking ass, and step the fuck off. Let a real black man come
I'll
into the
lay,
motherfucker.
so
whatever,
tell me,
dude. I'll
but
lay a
I-
girl down and do my gazintas. That's what one
Gazintas,
gazinta
of
two,
course.
two gazinta three, three gazinta
Oh,
four.
gazintas are the best.
You know?
No, but
This.
seriously,
Okay.
why do you find it? Don't you like it? I'm really curious.
I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Who needs the buzzing? The buzzing's annoying, number one. And number
Mm-hmm.
two, here's the thing. I find that the women that need to bring it in is because they have a wall up and they're not letting themselves go with me.
Like a
in which
wall of
case,
China,
I don't need
like
to be
the Great
here.
Wall of China.
Because yeah.
There's a section. They
If they're Chinese.
if you just lay if in a perfect world, if you're with the right guy and
Yeah.
you let yourself go
Right.
and you're comfortable with your body
Right.
and you're willing to let
There's
yourself
so many
relax,
factors,
and that's a big thing. You have to be comfortable with your body and you have to be able to relax fully. If you do, you don't need it with me. That's for when I'm not here.
You're talking technical, man.
Okay.
We're talking fantasy. She's talking more Rome. I mean, I'm assuming that.
I'm saying I don't like it when they start bringing vibrators in the bed. I don't enjoy it.
Yeah, but
if she wants to
don't
do
like
it,
it.
okay, fine. But I've never enjoyed it.
But you don't want it. You don't want it
Make
to
you
do it in your
feel
presence.
like you're not doing your job, right?
I like that. I like that. He goes,
No, but
if you
maybe-
want to do it,
I don't
I think
wanna
I'm
know.
going to go and watch the game. I'll
No,
tell you
but
what
I
I
it's-
watch
yeah.
NBA playoffs. You're fine.
You're
you got,
fine.
You got a
got
Duracell
yourself-
4-pack. You don't need me. If you want me, you let me know. I'll come back. I don't care. You understand what I'm saying?
No,
like,
okay.
I got
accept
shit to
it.
do.
I got shit to do myself.
If you don't need me, you don't need me.
What do you think, Dave? What do you think?
You know, I've had this conversation with you before. I had a girlfriend who was on Prozac, and she
Yeah.
could not get off.
Right.
5 months I went
Right.
out with her. I could
I
not.
put in 5 months into that
I
bitch.
tried. I tried.
Well, that's what happens with those antidepressants.
Well, she needs
Yeah.
to get off the Prozac. I mean, exactly.
Yeah.
You're trying. What else are you going to do?
So
You
you
know?
punch her?
And
The
she
problem.
Did you punch her in the head?
Did
the
you
problem-
punch her in the head?
No, she dumped me eventually.
What I'm saying
after
is,
5
if
months.
she's on Prozac, shit went down before you even motherfucking got there.
Right.
So it's not my job.
even
I don't
about
need.
you.
So you don't need me. You got shit going on.
No,
I'll
but
go
hold
watch
on.
the Clippers
Hold on.
game.
So you tried for 5 months. Let him finish the thought.
Well,
Yeah.
I had a pocket rocket, and she would
Okay.
use it on herself, and she couldn't get off by herself.
Not even with that.
Yeah, not even with that. And so
Maybe
it's
she
like,
needed some asphyxiation,
But how did
masturbation.
exactly.
I
That's
don't
what
know.
she
Just fucking
needed.
cut off the circulation on her head for a couple of
And she-
minutes.
You know how you get a girl off?
Chop her head off and then return.
No. Just put a pillow over her head,
just
to
to
the
see-
point where she's almost ready to
Right,
die.
almost
Oh, you don't want
Then
dying.
you punch her, and then she goes,
Then she comes back to life.
and then you put the fucking
Right, that's a
buzzer on it.
climax. Yeah, that's a climax itself. No,
Yeah.
but how did you feel about it? That's what.
well,
I'm
I felt
interested in.
bad. I felt bad. It's like, it's like I'm giving.
It's like it's not happening.
I'm giving
I'm
Yeah.
using
all my 5 inches of
I'm
my
using my
love
wrist.
here, and I'm not getting that. I'm not getting the
I
weight.
get it.
This isn't
I get it. She's on antidepressants, and all she does is depresses
She's
you.
like,
Yeah, it's a
You come out
bummer.
feeling depressed and
I
sad.
know. Well, the thing is, what the study said is actually interesting because you guys, you're kind of, in the middle about it, right? That's what I'm getting, Dave.
I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't have a problem with her using
So
it.
we
It's
have
just she
no,
just
yes,
could not.
and
she,
in the
she
middle.
couldn't get off. That was the problem. And I
Right,
don't know
but
if
the
it was
thing is
me
this-
or
Yeah,
whatever.
well, the study actually said that mostly women think that men are intimidated more than men are.
Got it.
That's what they said.
Got
That
it.
it was not that
Interesting.
far.
It's
But
not intimidated. I mean, ask this thing to buy you dinner. Like I can
my
do
God.
things that this thing can't. I
For
know.
sure.
I understand that this thing is solar powered. It
the thing is this. and-
dig holes.
Right, but I want to
Rototills.
say, first of all, yeah, it's very true. First of all, I want to say that approximately
You're retarded.
the American market,
You're straight the fuck up retarded. I swear to God.
the
You know,
American,
yeah.
no, but it's true. We're
It's
talking
drone
only about
operated.
sex.
I mean, this thing.
We're talking only about sex, and I'll get to it why women do use vibrators on a general level and historically
Don't
as
keep
well.
me in suspense. Just tell me.
I know, but the thing is, this is what it is. The American market is the second in the world in purchasing of vibrators.
Uh-huh.
The first one is Taiwan.
Okay, interesting.
Okay,
makes sense.
so yeah, it does make sense. Again, you're going crazy with that. Yeah, but the thing is, I want to say, well, the thing is, you know what the origin of this was? It's an interesting thing because I don't know if you guys are familiar with that dysfunction called hysteria. The women
Yes,
used to suffer
sure.
from in the 19th century.
That's where being hysterical comes from.
Right,
and
exactly.
hysterectomy.
Right, and hysterectomy comes from hystera,
Right.
which is a uterus.
Right.
Okay,
Really?
it comes from the
yes.
Greek version of uterus.
Yes.
But the thing is, and they assumed that disturbance, that
that's
dysfunction,
what caused-
comes from the movement of the uterus.
Right.
Something ridiculous,
Right.
completely and
Right. Another way of keeping women subservient.
Right, but it was a very funny thing that during that period in both Europe, mainly in Europe and other locations in the world, it was kind of like take a seat, the doctor will be right with you, and doctors would masturbate women into what they called paroxysm, which is an orgasm.
Right.
Okay, so they would go,
right.
Fuck, when is she gonna come?
That's gonna be $5,000.
Yeah, and it took hours, and they were lazy, and they were shitty at it.
No
they
foreplay, no nothing.
And it wouldn't work, and it wouldn't work. And so, with women would invite these MDs into their homes, to play with their toys or whatever. But then they came up with both, hydrotherapy, which is the water, version of, and then they came up with the vibrators. Approximately in 1870 was something that was marketed for home use. It was called Vibratil.
Right, it was a corn on the cob.
Yeah, something really like that. And it was called.
And you plugged it into the toaster
They didn't have
oven.
electricity back then.
No, well, it was like with a shift.
It was like motor. It was like gas driven.
Yeah,
or
it was
something,
kind of
It
like
had pistons.
Bing,
It was like attached to a windmill or something to operate this.
Yes, so that's what they did.
Yeah, it plugged into the cake batter mixer.
Yeah,
No,
and
what you
women
did was
loved
it had a
it.
charge, and you tied it to the back of your horse. You went, yeah.
I know.
Pulled the trigger and went, boom.
I know, yeah. And the women were so in love with that.
You're
They were
fucking
looking for
retarded. It went boom.
Yeah. You're like, you hit the horse,
But
the
it's
horse
true.
runs, it pulls the pin, and goes boom, and she's
God
like,
damn it,
bam.
you killed another one of my girlfriends.
No, but the thing is, what I'm trying to say is back then men were too lazy to accomplish that, and they are now as well. So sometimes women need some assistance.
Yes,
and I come across, and I'm talking now as a sex therapist, I come across many people that tell me, oh, my partner, my girlfriend, my wife, she takes fucking hours to come, and then only in a certain position. What am I going to do?
Right.
Some of them actually prefer the use of a vibrator. This is why I'm asking you guys. And so it
But
can
you've never
be
introduced it.
Let me tell you something.
So you won't know if that's what she's going to prefer.
Let me tell you something. If my girl needs a vibrator, then I'm not doing my job.
That's not true. That's not true.
That is true. So what I need to
Not
do,
necessarily.
I need to.
Okay, do you know if your girlfriend orgasms by penetration, by
Most women
clitoral
don't,
stimulation?
and most women don't.
Do you know if she does or she doesn't? What do you know about your girl? Have you found out?
Are you
Do
in
know
a
what her
rela- are you in a
G-spot is?
steady relationship?
Can you Google it?
Let me tell you something.
Do you have
Google it.
fucking electron
Let me tell you
scanning
something, bro.
microscope?
Let me tell you
Fucking
something.
knowing
Let
exactly
me
where
tell
the
you
pinpoint
something,
is?
bro.
Yo, tell
Okay,
me.
I'm gonna
Yo,
tell you.
me.
You know what good sex is? You know
Tell
what
me.
good sex
Yo,
is?
tell me.
Physics, motherfucker.
Okay, tell me. Physics.
Angles.
Yeah, angles.
Angles.
Yeah.
Using gravity.
Yeah.
Most guys don't know how to fucking use gravity. That's why they tire out. Because they're using the motherfucking
God.
cells. It's no different
But
than
wait a
anything.
minute, wait a minute. Dr.
Different
Yeah.
muscles can
Yeah.
go longer for different periods.
Dr. L.
Bam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't it make a difference if a woman orgasms clitorally,
Internally, vaginally. Okay.
Because you can be a great lover, but you're wasting your great loverness on the wrong technique.
I absolutely agree, and I want to say here and now that most women don't climax vaginally. Okay,
Most
so
women don't.
They don't.
Right.
And men
There are a
believe
few
that the
that do.
in out, shake it all
Right, no.
about is going to do it. No, it doesn't.
What about
No.
this G spot?
Well, the G spot is a very
Can I
usable.
say something?
Yeah.
I'm going to say something
Yeah,
right
please.
here, right now, just like Dr. L says.
Yes.
Don't fucking take a chance. Just eat it. Your girlfriend's trying because No, seriously, just
Learn
learn
the nugget in your
Listen,
mouth
straight up,
and
straight up.
eat it.
Learn cunnilingual skills. I got a website.
It's true.
Just go to my website. I have 4 or 5 techniques. Learn how to eat the pussy.
All right.
Get
Very
that
true.
out of the way first.
It's very
then
true.
insert the penis. You don't have to worry about it because
Right.
he's already come.
Right. And women, because Simon seems upset.
What about what?
He's talking about gravity.
I'm thinking about how I'm sweating. That's
I
what I'm thinking
know.
about.
It's
What
really
am I
I'm
upset
sweating
about?
too. No, but seriously, the thing is, most men don't ask. Most women don't say. It's like don't ask,
They
don't
won't,
tell.
they won't say
Yeah.
because it's uncomfortable.
Right.
you know,
so both sides are to be accused of
Yes.
lack of
Nestor,
climax.
Nestor.
I'm straight up. I ask.
No, but
I'm
it's
straight
true.
up.
You're
Fuck
doing
that,
it.
yeah.
You're doing it right.
Yes.
That's why
I-
you're happily married.
I ain't got no time. I ain't got no time. I got somewhere to go.
I
wanna
know.
go. Listen,
I need to be
what-
somewhere.
What can I do to expedite this situation here? See, if you knew what the fuck you were doing, Simon, that's what you would do because you got the Clippers game to watch, right? So you don't ask. You're gonna be bullshitting in there. She's gonna whip out Big
Yeah,
Mandingo.
I don't get too many bad Yelp complaints.
I got
No
you.
bad
I got a high review score. I'm not worried about
I
it.
know, almost
All
5
saying
stars.
all I'm saying is this.
Yes.
Okay, if what you're dealing with is needs.
Yeah.
She needs this to get off. That's a problem to me.
No, I'm not saying need. I'm saying as
Why
a
is that a
game, as a
problem?
playful
Every once in a
thing.
while.
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's not what I was talking about. When I say I don't like it, I'm saying I've been with a lot of women
Yeah.
that at some
They
point,
have
in order
to.
for them to get off, they needed it. And what I'm trying to say is that's because you're not letting go and being with me in the moment right now. And
Well,
that's
that
my
has-
opinion.
yeah, that's
what I was
partially
trying to
true.
say.
Okay.
I wasn't saying from time to time she wants to
As
do
a
something
variety
different.
of-
No, I was
right.
saying
Okay,
like
so
I've
then
been
how
with
do
a
you-
lot of women, and I've noticed I think that they're not fully like letting themselves
Okay,
be.
you're
Because
right.
the first step a woman needs to orgasm is she needs to chill the
Eat a Big
motherfucker
Mac.
out. Put your grocery
Big
shopping
Mac.
list away. Put your grocery
She
shopping
needs to
list
eat a
away.
Big Mac, super
Yeah,
size,
I
and
know.
slurp on a fucking vanilla shake. Relax. Come into the crib. Chill.
Chill out.
I got the
You need
incense
to
going.
relax.
Relax.
I know you
we
gotta-
ain't in no rush.
I know you
Everything's good.
I know you're concerned about your career right now,
Yeah.
and your test scores, and your fucking
Yeah,
midterms,
we'll call
and all
you
that
Yes,
shit
the
you got
midterms.
going. But right now, you gotta lay your big butt down and put on some Al motherfucking Green. You gotta chill
You
out.
wanna
And you
know how
gotta
to get
relax.
laid? Seriously, you want to know how to get laid? Make believe like it's okay if you do or it's okay if you don't. Don't worry about it. There's
yeah,
no
it's
pressure.
so true. It's
There's
so
no
true.
pressure. I
It's
got
so true.
Doritos. I
I've
got
got
some
the
7 up in the
internet.
fridge. We're gonna chill.
This is what women do all the time. You'll hang out with them, you'll meet them, they'll invite you back to their place.
Right.
And they'll say, and they'll invite you into
Listen,
their
I
bed.
don't give it
Now,
up on the
listen,
first
this is
date.
what women do all the time. For all you brothers, all the guys
the
out
brothers.
there, I'm going to
Brothers
tell you.
and sisters.
Brothers and sisters.
Yo.
I don't know what this world is
Coming
coming
to.
to.
Do.
This
Okay.
is what women do.
What?
This is the trick. I got to school my friends because they don't know this.
No, please.
This is the trick that women
Please
do.
say it.
The trick.
Yeah.
They invite you back to their house.
To
Yeah.
the house.
So you're like, all right.
All
Yeah,
right,
it's
all
done
right,
deal,
all
right?
Yeah,
all
Yeah.
right.
I'm
I'm gonna
getting
get my
somewhere.
3-pack of Trojans. I'm
Right.
gonna get my.
Right.
I'm gonna get my.
Try my dildo if I can get one.
That's not what you should be doing.
I know.
You should be going,
Well, I
listen.
have something to say about
No, but
that.
I'm telling you. No, let me finish this.
Right.
So what I'm saying is they invite
Yeah.
you back, and they even invite you into their bed. But they say from the beginning, "Hey, you're welcome to stay in the bed, but we're not.
We're
doing
not
anything.
having sex."
We're not having sex.
Yeah,
What
teasers.
she's trying to say is, but guys fall for it.
Right.
Yeah.
She wants to have sex with you.
Right.
It's a
but
test.
maybe not that night.
It's a test.
Maybe
not
I should.
happen.
So what do
She
you
wants to
do?
know-
What do you do?
You go to sleep.
If you have
Oh.
patience.
You do what you do every night in your life.
Bullshit.
You go to sleep.
Get the
you
fuck
don't-
outta
now
here.
listen, bro.
I rub her
Inviting
feet,
you
bro.
to
Get the
sleep
fuck. I
over.
rub her
Why
feet.
is this a sleepover? What the
I'm
fuck?
saying she invites
Okay.
you to her house.
Slumber party?
She invites you to her house.
Yeah, naked slumber party.
Dog, she's testing you, dude. She's testing you. She wants to know, do you need it? If you go to home with a girl and if you sleep in bed with her and you say, hey, thanks, I had a lot of fun, and you go to sleep, I have news for you. The next morning, she's going to wake up and jump your bones.
That is true.
That
That is true, but I don't know what women invite their guys to their home and lay naked with them and
Well,
not. You know, it's
No,
kind
no,
of
I
a
didn't say
teaser.
naked. I didn't say naked.
You know, to
You
me,
said
it's kind of a.
naked.
I said naked
You
because
said
to me, I
naked.
think I sleep naked.
She is teasing
So-
you. She is teasing you.
Yeah,
She's testing you. She wants to know.
First of
know,
all, put it this way. If a woman invites me, it depends on the situation. But a lot of times I would have just been like, you know what? I'm a gentleman. I'm just going to
Yeah.
walk you home right now.
And
Let's
put you
hang
to
out
sleep.
tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
that. Like
I mean,
that.
that's
then she's
yeah.
interested. She's like, is this
It's true.
motherfucker gay?
I know.
true.
What is going on?
What's going on?
I know, that
You
is.
know how
It's
to-
very
The way
alarming.
to keep a woman is to keep her thinking, keep her guessing, keep her wondering. Like they're attracted to like the puzzle. Women love the puzzle. They're not interested in you, Simon, or you, Nestor. Right? They're not interested in you, the person. They're interested in being a part of this fantasy and this puzzle that they love to be a part
well,
of.
I think
and
you're
if you
dating
keep
the
them
wrong
thinking,
women.
they'll never leave.
Listen,
think
you got
you're
a
dating
sex
the wrong
therapist
women.
right here. And I
I'm
think
saying-
all of your fucking signs
I'm
are
a ghetto
wrong.
sex
I like
therapist.
it.
I'm the ghetto sex
I'm a
therapist.
Kibu sex
Hey, yo,
therapist.
Hey, yo,
I'm a
These
Kibu
Tyrone.
women
sex-
are like playing games, sleep
Hey,
next
yo,
to me.
Tyrone,
What the fuck?
what you need to do is get yourself a
Tyrone.
25-cent welfare juice. And you need to
Which-
open
yeah.
that shit.
Yo.
You need to shake it and spread it all
Yo,
over her teeth.
buy
I
yourself
know.
some incense, get a
Well, by
couple
the
Jesus
way,
candles
I wanna
and some
say-
Cavassier.
Exactly. I want to say, but and Jenny actually mentioned it last time that we spoke.
Out of
By the
control.
way, the use
Out of control.
the use of condoms. You guys all use condoms all the time.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I
I don't
do.
You're
use
married.
I
condoms,
mean,
but
when I
if I was
not
single,
when I'm
if I was
masturbating,
single,
but
You would.
without a fucking doubt,
Yeah.
without it's not even a question,
Yeah.
that I would use a condom.
Okay, but I just want to say, what about
Nice.
you, Simon?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you're
I
laughing.
don't, I don't
you don't want
understand
to
why
have
you want
responsibilities.
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding?
Of course, I
don't
always
understand why
do.
you
Yeah.
wouldn't. Oh, yeah.
Well, I want to
Always.
say this: that women, it's very interesting, and Jenny brought it up last time, and this is why I'm bringing it up. And there are studies that show that women that are exposed to semen are not depressed. By the way, your Prozac girl,
They're not
should have
depressed.
been consuming
Oh, I mean,
some more
so you
semen.
can use a condom and expose the woman to semen. To semen.
How?
Seen him?
You take it out and you let it drip down her fucking cheek. It's like it's an artificial
No, you need
thing.
to. Well, you need. Yeah, that's very nice. But you need to actually. It needs to be absorbed by the
Go
vagina.
inside. It's
Yes,
Not the
yes.
mouth?
vagina.
Not well. The mouth could
No,
be
but the vagina, I
partially.
get it.
Yeah, no, but it's true.
The
But the
secretions
vagina
inside gotta take it in,
specifically.
yeah.
Yes, and I want to say, the sperm. I don't know if you guys, sperm is like only 5% of semen.
Right.
Semen has a lot of other things,
Right,
and
lubricants
among
and-
other
yeah.
things,
Uric
are-
acid.
Yeah, and a lot of antidepressants, a lot
Got
of
it. Really?
oxytocin.
So there's,
That's what it is. We're
there's the
just trying to help.
solution.
Yes, I'm
There's
just
the
trying to help
solution.
you.
You fucking
Protein.
around with that
I know,
Prozac
yeah.
shit.
A
You
lot
should
of
have
the good
squirted some in
stuff.
the cup and smeared it all over her face
I know.
and dripped some inside her pussy, and she would not been depressed.
Well,
Get a
they
super
actually,
soaker.
they actually tested women that were exposed to semen and women that weren't. And
Interesting.
the women that were exposed to semen were much less depressed. They didn't have
Interesting.
like incidents of depression,
Really?
and they were happy. And well, of course, I'm not supporting unsafe sex when it comes to only with men that you
But
know.
you're supporting having.
Right, yeah, you don't want to
trying
have like
hook up with at
a
least
kid.
one.
And the thing is, and it's also promoting ovulation. Now, I'm not talking again about a one night stand because you don't know the person and you
Right.
might be exposed to,
Right.
to diseases or whatever it is. But I'm talking in general, if you're in a relationship like you are,
Right.
for instance, some people really prefer, I don't know, like different variations of not exposing the woman to semen. But I want to say that semen is something that women are seeking in some way.
Right.
And it's even funny, one of the MDs that actually examined it, and I want to say that he's a guy, so I don't know.
Right.
But the thing is, he said that the remedy for morning sickness is swallowing semen.
Really?
Well, there you go. Again,
So-
keep some in the
I'm
cup.
just trying to help.
That's what I'm saying. Keep
I'm
some
just
in the
trying to
cup.
help you.
Here, honey, gargle with some of this. There you go.
Yeah, you're staring out the window. You're
I
crying
know.
all the time.
You're always
Lay
upset.
down.
But I'm saying, so you
cure
can
that,
pour some semen inside of a vagina if you're having safe sex. You just pour some in there and be like, listen, Dr. Lamore
Told me that you need to do
deep
this.
down inside you're craving some semen.
What
It
you
just
do
helps
is you get a Capri Sun, you pour it out, you cut a little hole, you keep the yellow
Yeah,
thing,
you
put
blow
it.
the
Yeah,
air in it.
yeah.
You keep
That's
some
what it is.
pressure in there. And then
That's what
pour
you
it
do.
in.
You carry a
That is
Capri
so
Sun
true.
pack around with you. But what you don't want to put it in your glove box because it gets hot.
Hot, and then
so
it
what you want
blows
to
up.
do is
Yeah, that it's filled like when you take it on the plane.
what you,
Guys, I'm so-
Yeah, these guys are crazy, these comedians.
Weep, wow. Weep, wow. Weep, wow.
The thing is, no, it's very funny, but women are, women that do actually experiment with that. There are a lot of benefits from acquiring semen. And I just want to say that. But in terms of, and the last thing I want to say before we close the show is that I don't know if you guys, if you don't ask a woman if she climax, do you, when you see a woman,
or
you
never
don't.
accuse her that she does it.
You don't.
I
You
learned
don't.
that.
You mean after?
Well,
Right,
yeah,
once
if you
you
have
finish.
sex, right. But in general, do you think that there's any way to know if a woman achieves?
Yes.
Not necessarily.
Well, they can lie.
No,
I mean,
no.
or they can fake
No,
it.
it depends on your partner. First
Depends
of all,
on the woman.
So you get acclimated. Like if you're fucking around with "it's you," then you know that's probably really that she's coming. But if you don't know the person, even if you've had repeated encounters with them, unless you know for a fact, how do you know?
Here in LA, you got a lot of good actresses, but other than that, usually you know if you made a girl come because usually she gets extremely wet and it gushes all over you.
Well,
You
women
can
get
feel it.
wet regardless before even.
No, but I'm saying like a
Squirting.
I don't know if it like projectiles, but like I'm saying is like when you make a girl come, it comes on you if you do it right, and you
Right,
And then-
right. Well, it depends on the
You're
woman.
talking about, like,
that's so
squirting
true.
or
But
some
most,
Yeah.
most I've
Squirting-
experienced.
Well, it depends on the woman. Do you guys think, and I'm going to let Dave say something, but do you guys even think that, because I came across a study that claimed that if you look at a woman without even being in bed with her, is there any way that you may know if she is, a woman that can climax or not? Something
Hell no,
about
I'm
her.
looking at her.
Yeah.
I've heard that the female ejaculate is a myth. That
No, it's not.
And that's not
No,
true.
it's
well,
absolutely
the
not.
squirting,
It's
these squirting
absolutely
videos.
not.
I've heard it's urinary.
I'm talking out of experience. It's not a myth.
Some women can
So,
squirt
no.
it.
Well,
Absolutely
yeah.
Naturally,
not.
I guess you can train a woman to do it,
You
right?
can train a woman
Got
to
it.
do it, definitely. And I've trained a few women to do
Got
it.
it.
Yeah, and there are women, I don't know if you guys visited Thailand, that can actually shoot balls out of their vaginas.
Yeah.
And you
Juggle.
can do
Well,
all of
black
it.
girls in my neighborhood where I grew up and shoot AK-47.
Or Puerto Ricans that can transport cigarette cartons into jail for their brothers. When Nestor's up in there. Bring Nestor a pack of menthols.
and shit.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just going
Or
to
there
say.
are Jews that sneak their own food and snacks into the movies.
I know. Oh my God. You said you're
Sorry.
revealing secrets. That's
Yeah,
not allowed.
Yeah.
You mind if I put a supersized large popcorn in
I
my
know.
vagina?
Yo, I got
so
some
you don't have
twizzlers.
to pay
Yeah.
for it in the movie theater?
Yeah.
That is so awful. Well, I'm just going to say that there are a few studies that claim that by the woman's gait, the way a woman walks,
You can tell.
a bunch of scientists claim that they can say if a woman can vaginally climax or not. Which is
Interesting.
I don't necessarily agree with, but there are a few studies that claim that.
I don't want to look at a woman and see if she could or not. I want to find
Yeah.
out. I want to get to know her.
Right.
I want to
You
see
wanna
if
play.
You're married though,
Yeah.
so you can't even. Well,
Well,
you can still
you
think
guys-
about it. I
I want
suppose.
to put a supersized popcorn in there and be like, yo, you want to go to a movie? Yow. Yeah. You want to go to a movie with me, baby?
Well, you guys, it was such a pleasure. And Nestor, of course, talk about your show. I want to, you guys,
Well, real
Nestor
quick,
and Simon.
You've been on our show.
Yeah.
You've been on our show.
And everybody that listens to the show knows.
Nestorious Public Radio.
Yes.
Every Thursday night live here
It's
on
an
Skidrow
amazing
Studios.
show. You guys
hold
should
that up to the,
listen.
9 to 10 p.m. Dr. Lamore was awesome. She's going to be on the show again.
Of course. And I'll be so happy to have you guys again.
Oh, yeah. We love you. We're family.
I love you too.
Yeah. We're family.
We are family. And I really want to thank you. And thank you, Dave, honey.
Thank you, Dave
Thank you for having
Corrado,
us.
It's my
Simon
pleasure.
Kaufman, Nestor
Thank you,
Rodriguez.
Dave. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody,
Hey,
for listening.
nice to
We
meet
know
you
now
guys.
sperm is the answer to your ex-girlfriend.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna,
the answer
I'm
to
gonna go
all
get
your
some.
quests.
I'm gonna go to Whole Foods and buy a gallon of it.
Yeah.
Thanks so
organic.
much for listening. I'm Dr. Limor Blockman, and I'll see you next
Thank
time.
you, Lamore.
Bye.